Assalamu alaikum to all dear students. I hope you all are fine and safe at your home and doing your studies of computer science. So this is your computer science lesson, and today, as you can see the topic on the screen, which is written computer lab rules. So that means this topic will all about how we can, you know, respect the lab and how we can follow the correct rules. So for that purpose, let's start the topic. Okay, so now the first point is chewing gum, food or drinks are not allowed in the computer lab or anywhere near a computer. कोई भी ऐसा टॉपिक जिसमें आप कंप्यूटर लैब में जाते हैं स्टडी करने के लिए, इट कैन बी कंप्यूटर, इट कैन बी साइंस, इट कैन बी सोशल स्टडी और इट कैन बी इंग्लिश, उसमें आपके पास जो है आप कोई भी ड्रिंक आइटम या कोई भी फूड आइटम कंप्यूटर लैब में नहीं ले जा सकते। उसमें आपको कंप्यूटर लैब में ले जाने की परमिशन नहीं है, बिकॉज दैट कैन बी problematic or that can create a problem for the computers. So must remember, if you are working in a computer, what you have to do simply, no, you don't have to take any kind of food when you are working in a computer lab. So the next topic is respect your or respect the equipment. Like whatever the devices we have in the computer lab, you should use them with carefully. You should not use all the devices with very hard hands. So whatever devices you have in your computer lab, make sure you are using with some respect and with some care. So the next option is log on with your username and password for your use only. Like if you want to use your computer system and the teacher has a cure. Okay, now the next point is log on with your username and password for your use only. Like if you want to use your computer, simply just use your own username and password. Don't try to use the other users name and their passwords. So अगर आपको आपकी टीचर कोई ऐसा पासवर्ड या यूज़र नेम प्रोवाइड करती है, सो आपने अपने यूज़र नेम के साथ ही लॉगिन करना है और उसी पासवर्ड को एंटर करना है. So now the last point on this page is never share your username and password. और अगर आपको आपकी टीचर ने ये ऑप्शन दी है कि आप अपने यूज़र नेम से लॉगिन करें, अपना पासवर्ड एंटर करें, सो दिस इज़ मैंडेटरी कि आप उस पासवर्ड को और यूज़र नेम को अपने बाकी जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, बाकी जो क्लास फेलोज़ हैं, उनके साथ या किसी भी और पर्सन के साथ शेयर ना करें. ओके, दिस इज़ क्लियर. Okay, so now the next option is do not remove or disconnect parts, cables or labels. So now what is the meaning of this statement? Abdul Moiz, can you tell me what is the meaning of this statement? Right, so if you are working on a computer system, so you simply just have to work with the computer or with the task which your teacher has given or assigned to you. ओके, सो बेसिकली अगर आप कंप्यूटर के साथ काम कर रहे हैं तो आप किसी भी केबल को मत उतारें या किसी भी इस तरह के माउस है, कीबोर्ड है, सो उसको आप उतार के साइड पर रख दें. दिस इज़ नॉट द वे. सो सिंपली डू योर ओन वर्क एंड देन गो फॉर योर नेक्स्ट लेसन. So now the next point is internet use is limited to teacher assigned activities or classwork. Like अगर टीचर ने आपको कोई ऐसी एक्टिविटी असाइन की है जिसमें आपने इंटरनेट से रिलेटेड कोई चीज़ सर्च करनी है, कोई चीज़ फाइंड करनी है, सो सिंपली आपने उस एक्टिविटी में ही सिर्फ इंटरनेट यूज़ करना है. आपने किसी भी और टास्क में, लाइक इफ़ यू वांट टू open like some games, if you want to do some search on the internet, so this should not be done in that class. इंटरनेट आप सिर्फ उस पर्पस के लिए यूज़ करें, उस एक्टिविटी के लिए यूज़ करें जिस एक्टिविटी के लिए आपको टीचर ने इंटरनेट की परमिशन दी है. ओके, सो नाउ द नेक्स्ट ऑप्शन इज पर्सनल इंटरनेट यूज़ फॉर चैट रूम्स, इंस्टेंट मैसेजेस, दैट इज़ योर IM, और ईमेल इज स्ट्रिक्टली प्रोहिबिटेड। दैट मीन्स कि अगर आप पर्सनल चैटिंग करना चाह रहे हैं किसी से, या आप इफ़ यू वांट टू कॉन्टैक्ट विद योर फैमिली, इफ़ यू आर सिटिंग इन योर स्कूल, सो आपने जब भी इंटरनेट यूज़ करना है, इसमें आपने अपनी चैटिंग या किसी से कॉन्टैक्ट, अपने किसी फ्रेंड से कॉन्टैक्ट करना चाह रहे हैं, सो दिस इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल और आपने इसको ट्राई नहीं करना। सो इंटरनेट का यूज़ अगर आपको आपकी क्लास में लिमिटेड टास्क वर्क के लिए या लिमिटेड किसी एक्टिविटी के लिए साइन किया गया, सो मेक श्योर कि आप इंटरनेट को सिर्फ उसी पर्पज़ के लिए यूज़ करें। सो दिस इज़ द करेक्ट यूज़ ऑफ इंटरनेट इफ़ यू आर वर्किंग इन योर computer lab, and this is also the rule of computer lab. Okay, so now let's move to your next point is ask permission to print. Like for example, if you find a printer in your computer lab, so it's compulsory, if you want to take print out, then you should take permission from your teacher. अगर आपकी लैब में कोई प्रिंटर मौजूद है या कोई भी ऐसी डिवाइस मौजूद है, तो आप उसको यूज़ करना चाह रहे हैं, बट आपने जब भी किसी ऐसी डिवाइस को यूज़ करना है, मेक श्योर यू गेट अ परमिशन फ्रॉम योर टीचर, अदरवाइज यू शुड नॉट यूज़ द प्रिंटर। इज इट क्लियर? Okay, so now I have the next point, which is if by mistake you get to an inappropriate internet site, turn off your monitor immediately and raise your hand. Okay, so now what is the meaning of this sentence? Abdullah, can you tell me? Right. That means if you are working in a computer and some inappropriate material comes on your screen, then simply what you have to do, you don't have to, click on the cross button and if you want to go back, no. Simply just, and this is one of the easiest step what you can do, and what you have to do, just turn off the monitor button. You can see कि आप जब monitor यूज़ कर रहे हैं, so उसके कोने में एक बटन होगा, सिंपली उस बटन को प्रेस कर दें। योर मॉनिटर विल बी क्लोज्ड बट योर कंप्यूटर इज नॉट शट डाउन, एंड जस्ट सिंपली कॉल टू योर टीचर, tell to your teacher that what happens, and simply the teacher will resolve your problem. So whatever stuff will appear on your screen, don't click on that inappropriate stuff, simply just turn off your monitor screen by pressing the monitor button. Is it fine? Okay, so now the next step is CD-ROMs or other multimedia equipments are for school work only. Like for example, if you are working in your computer lab and you find some CDs there, so simply, or some other equipment like a stylus or whatever you find, simply you just have to use those resources for your or school work only, and you should not take that CD or some other thing to at your home. So this is wrong. So simply what you have to do, you just have to follow your computer lab rules and done your work according to the given instructions. Okay, so next rule we have, do not use them for playing music or other recreational activities. So now what does it means? Fatma, can you tell me? What does it means? Do not use them for playing music or other recreational activities. Right. For example, if you are working in your computer lab and you want to, and the teacher assigns some task to you. So simply what you have to do, you just have to work or complete the activity according to the given instructions. So there is not any kind of permission to play music or watch some other videos on your computer screen. So simply just follow your computer lab rules, otherwise maybe your teacher will send you out from the class. So simply just follow the rules and complete your given task. Okay, so next point we have, do not run programs that continue to execute after you log off. Now what does it means? Do not run programs that continue to execute after you log off. Abdullah, can you tell me? Right. That means if you want to shut down your system and after pressing the button, definitely it will takes time. It's about, 10, 30 or 20 seconds to shut down your system. And if there's some, pop-up screen appears on your screen, like just if you want to continue the download programs or you want to run the programs, then simply don't press yes, just click on this option of no and then shut down your system. Okay, so whenever the teacher gives you instructions, always follow the instructions. Okay, so now the next point we have log off. Leave the computer ready for the next person to use. This is very important and you all should use or follow this point very strictly. Now what does it means? Minahil, can you tell me? Right. That means if you have done your work, then simply before leaving your class, just log off or turn off your system. Okay, so that it will be easy for the other person, for the next person to come and sit and use that system. But if you will not, turn off your or log out your system, it will take too much time for the other person to like close all your opened files and then make ready his own files. So simply before leaving your computer lab, just turn off your computer and then move out from computer lab room. Is it clear? Okay. So next point we have pick your materials and push in the chair. This is also very interesting and this rule or this statement should must be followed in the computer lab. Pick up your material and push in the chair. Now what does it means? Laiba, can you tell me? Right, that means if you have done your work in the computer lab, then at the end, just simply pick or pack all your materials and just push your chair inside the table. Okay, so whenever you are going to leave your room, just pick your all the materials, whatever you have taken to the computer lab, and then leave the chair and move to your class. And the proper manner to leave your chair is to arrange your chair near your table. आपने सिंपली अपनी कंप्यूटर लैब से बाहर आते वक्त अपनी चेयर को अपने टेबल के पास लीव करना है और देन कंप्यूटर लैब से आपने बाहर आना है. Clear? Okay, so now the next rule we have, do not download or install any programs, games or music. This is against our acceptable use policy. Okay, so if the teacher has given you some task to search something on the internet or browse something, so simply what you have to do, you have to you have to ask permission from the teacher if you want to install or download some document, some program or some application. But if you install by your own some programs, then this should not be done in the computer lab. Okay, so whatever you have done, you just follow the computer lab or teacher instruction and then complete your task. Okay, so now the next rule we have, no intranet gaming activities allowed. Like for example, if a teacher is communicating with some other student, or if some other student is asking question to the teacher, then simply that means you should not use internet for gaming purposes. Any kind of game or gaming related activities are not allowed in the computer lab, right? Simply just do your own work and complete your task. And then we have one more rule, that this is, do not personalize the computer setting. This includes desktop, screensaver, etc. Now, what does it means? Umar, can you tell me? What is the meaning of do not personalize the computer setting? This include desktop, screensaver, etc. Right, that means if the teacher has given you some task, then simply you have to complete that task. You don't have any kind of permission to change computer setting. Like if you want to change that desktop wallpaper, if you want to apply some screensaver, if you want to change some background images, simply you don't have any kind of permission to change these settings. Okay, so these are the simply computer lab rules. Whenever you just enter into the computer lab, just follow your rules, or there must be a written page at the at the computer door. So simply just read the rules carefully and just work according to the given instructions. You don't have to take some material, some food items, some water bottles. You don't have to take some other books that don't have any kind of work related to computer lab. Okay, so simply just go into your computer lab, listen your teachers carefully. If you have any question, if you don't understand something relating to computer science, then raise your hand, then teacher will come to you, then you can ask your question. Okay, so just follow your computer lab rules, and then you can continue your studies.